your favourite figures and collectibles at bigbagtoystore.com. Hey guys, welcome to Cal Reviews, and today we've got a video review of the TFC Toys Uranus figure. No Uranus jokes, please. Uranus, spelled Uranos, and it's the F-4 Phantom. Very nice figure, and what we're going to do first is we'll just get this out of the way and we'll have a look at the actual packaging, and then we'll move on to the main figure itself. Okay, so we've got the box here, and you can see awesome artwork on the front here. Uranus, I like the plainish looking, I don't know, looks like an thingy majigger that an Air Force would have or something. I don't know what I'm talking about. TFC Toys, Uranus, nice silver writing there. There's a little surprise in the back there that I will show you in a moment. On the top, very cool line art of the Phantom Jet. I like that quite a lot. Line art and that image again, very cool, but look awesome as a poster. On the bottom, again, line art of the plane. On the side, very cool line art, like a blueprinty line art of the bot mode. Love that. Very nice. On the back, we've got the three modes. We've got robot, aircraft, combiner, which is obviously the arm. Again, line art, blueprinty thing. Check us out at Facebook, TFC Toys, all that. Phantom, got that there. And as I said, on the inside, I'll show you that with some magic. And that is actually inside the box. Very freaking awesome. So that is the same picture as the front, but instead of a fully rendered picture, it's like just lines and colour lines. It just looks awesome. Uranus F-4 Phantom in there and on the bottom. So that's inside the box. And in your box also you come with a collector's card like the Hercules figures came with. Instructions in there. Little baggie with some little red screw hole covers for here it is, Uranus Phantom, just to cover up a couple of those little red holes when you, like under here, and where else were there? Anyway, they're little screw hole covers for him, just to neaten him up a bit. I don't think I'll put them on, but there you go. And I'll just give you a comparison with the two boxes. So there you've got your Phantom box and a box of Structor. My Hercules boxes are actually the second release of the Hercules figures, so slightly different box, but you can see very similar type of packaging, same size and all that. Nice open bubbles, cool artwork on the sides. The Hercules one had the three images, this one's got that. Similar back. I actually like the Phantom box a bit more. It's the backs, and on the side artwork instead of line art. So there's your two boxes, and let's get back to the pack. Okay, we had a look at the pack. So very, very cool, especially that line art in the box is unreal. Love it to death. Very cool, very nice box. Again, like I said, very similar to the Hercules box, and hopefully they'll all run the same, but very nice line art all over that and inside the box. Anyway, here's the figure. We've got a fist for Superion, or not Superion, or whatever you want to call him, but there's a fist. We'll get that out of the way, and here is our jet, and it is very, very nice. A very nice representation of the Phantom plane, which is a real plane, and just pull these missiles off from underneath. They can peg in there, or there. That's up to you, really. I don't mind them off, but anyway, that's your jet and he's quite a nice size. We'll just do a little bit of a size comparison. We'll just set him there, and there he is with a Arms Micron Vicon, so he is quite large. And just side on. There you go. So very nice jet, quite cohesive. And just for another one, and there's Transformers Prime at dead end. So again, quite a large jet. Here's a Voyager size figure, and I would say a large Voyager size figure by today's standards. Anyway, we'll get the size comparison out of the way, and we'll look at the details of the jet mode. Okay, so we've got our jet, and as I said just before, it is a very, well, in my opinion, a quite cohesive jet mode. Obviously, underneath you have a little bit of robot-y type parts, but nothing too standoutish that really takes away from the actual plane. A little bit of a hollow spot there, but not a big deal. Quite nice translucent plastic here showing the actual seats in the cockpit. These pieces here, which become the shoulder pads later, are quite nice as well as the intakes. Little engine detailing, and where they've got this T-joint or mushroom joint in here as part of the arm, which we'll see again in a moment, they've actually used that as almost like engine detailing, which is a really nice touch. Something to be careful of with this guy, he has pointy, sharp bits all over the place, so if you are buying this for a child, which generally you wouldn't be with a third-party figure, just be aware that these could give you a little bit of a stab, and these little bits here become the knee pads, are quite sharp too. And the other thing is you don't want to blunt them off too much, so just be careful. Now the wings have detail on the underneath part of the wing. They also have landing gear, which I will just pop out. Helps if you can use two hands. So they will just quite simply fold out, and then you have one in the front here. Just get your fingernail if you have one. If you don't, you're probably tough out of luck. But there you go, landing gear. So it has landing gear. If you have the missiles on underneath, it won't really work with the landing gear, but hey, they're there anyway. Nice touch. Again, detail all over this, even on the underside there's heaps. Very nice engine sculpt there, I quite like that. Nice paint job with the two-tone with the gradient. Again, lots of panel lines with the moulded in stuff. Nose cone painted in a different colour. It's red underneath, so try not to scratch it. But yeah, in general, quite a nice looking plane mode. And nothing really else to say about this. These bits will pop out a little bit during transformation, but once you lock the wings in, they're pretty good. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get to the transformation. So transformation with this guy is reasonably simple, but it is quite fun to do. But it's not simple to the point where you're like, oh, this is a boring transformation. No, it's good. First thing you're going to do is just come under here, and you're going to wiggle that out of there. There's a little peg, little hole there, little tab or little hole, whatever you want to call it. Just wiggle them out. You can, they are a bit tight, but they're not going to break, as far as I know. Now, you can leave these on for the entire transformation. I'm just going to pull them off for ease of doing it on camera, but there's your jet. Come here, untab that, little tab there, fold that up against the arm. They just peg in on themselves there, little double joint, just like that. On the back here, we're going to unpeg the back piece and just bring that up, and same on the front, nose cone up. And then this section here is going to wiggle up and sit on the back like so. And this is all going to fold up. Now the first time you do this, as you can see here, there's notches out of that bit, but this bit here is actually thinner. It sort of tapers. First time will be very tight, so just push it in and it will go in. And what you're going to do is that's all going to concertina on itself. You've got two tabs there, couple of little slots in there. And again, tolerances are tight, but after a few times, it will click in quite well. Grab the legs, just give them a little bit of a wiggle, and they will pull out. Separate them. I find about one click on the hips will do. Fold your little knee pads up, feet out and around. They're just on a ball joint stem, which I will show you in a second. One of mine is tighter than the other, but that's not a big deal. We'll just tilt the camera up. So from here, quite easy. We'll just lift the arms up, fold your hands out, and then bring the shoulder down. And it's up to you. You can have these down. I know Optobotomist was saying he likes his down. I don't mind them out like this. Just give them a little pauldron sort of look there. And then your arms. Twist the head around. And very nice light piping. As you can see, it works just under normal light, which is great. Come and get your wings again. And you can peg these on however you want. Put them there, fold that back, and that just folds over on itself like that. And I'll just have the wings on for the review. I'm not sure how I'll display him yet. That wings on, and that folds up like that. And there you have Phantom in his robot mode. So quite a nice figure. Now I like to point out straight away, he has the little chibi jet thing on his back, which I love that. That's a straight out homage to the G1 aerial bot figures, so that's quite nice. Now, a lot of people have been having a problem with this, which is unfortunately after the problems that Hercules figures had. Some people aren't getting a nice ratchet like this in the hip, which will also become the elbow for Superion. Now, my right one, as you can hear, is a bit dull, but it works fine. The left one, very nice. Some people have been getting like a squeak. You know, so be it, but hopefully any issues like that TFC will fix, just like they did with Herc. So I'm not too worried about it. They've been a very responsive company. Now, articulation for this guy is very good. Head is on a ball joint, and it will also lift up on there, but you get quite a motive there. The arms will fold out about 45 there, but the shoulder will lift, so that's good. Rotation on the shoulder, 360. You've got a bicep swivel that we were talking about before. That's on that mushroom or T-joint, I like to call it. 90-degree elbow. It is a kind of floating elbow, but the way it works, it doesn't work too bad. I'll just point out molded in detail, like little wires and stuff in there, which is really nice to see. The hand articulation, you can get it in there, so if you want him in a pose where he's like, you can if you want, but not a big deal. Waist joint, nice, liking that. As you already seen, we've got the hip there, we've got a thigh swivel, 90-degree knee, and the foot is on a ball joint, so it is very poseable. There's a ball joint in the toe and a hinge in the leg, so you can easily, we'll just take these wings off so I can show you. You can very easily put him in a pose where his legs are wide, and he's quite capable of holding that. And he is reasonably stable. If you get the thrusters down, you've got that heel there, and the foot in the right position, he will hold a pose reasonably well. Now, detail wise, we'll start at the bottom. I'll just bring him in a little bit and focus for you. So you've got, again, just some techie type detail there all the way through. Always plenty of molded detail on these TFC toys figures, which is great. The rest is sort of plain detail. You've got nice chest features here, plenty of paint apps. I know there's only really 3 or 4 colours, but they work. Head sculpt, I really like this head sculpt. that's why the light piping works so well. As I said, the shoulders, you can position these how you like, have them up. I just like them sort of straight out like that. Little chibi jet, looks really cool. Rocketeer, I'm a rocket man. So that's your little Phantom there, and for some reason he's standing a bit sideways. Probably because one of his legs isn't out all the way. There we are. Now, accessories in this mode. Get him to stand. Come on. I was just bragging about how you stand. Come on. Okay, so now the wings that were on his legs, he can hold. It's a bit weird. You can straighten it out, and he can have a little bladed weapon if you wish. It can go front or back, not a big deal either way, but that's just an option you have. For now, we'll just stick them back on the legs, as I said while we're doing the review. So just peg in there, 5mm hole, just like the Hercules figures. They've got plenty of holes around him. These missiles you can have as a gun, or you can pop that out and he has pegs on his arms, so you can have them that way, or backwards almost looks a bit better, a bit more symmetrical with the arm, so that's an option. There's no really spots on the back. If you don't have the wings on, you can peg them in there. Now they don't actually have a round peg, they've got like almost a tab, but it's the right dimension, so it does quite firmly fit in there. So that is your robot mode. I think I've covered everything in this mode. As again, watch the bits here, they're a bit sharp, and the wings themselves. But we'll move him over and we will do a size comparison. And there he is with full of Cybertron kickback, who everyone is loving at the moment, and it is a brilliant figure. In English that was brilliant. Sorry about that. Very cool figure. Pick it up. Very good. Get this guy too. Anyway, that's kickback. I'll show you another one. And there he is with Prime Knockout. Okay, so there's your size comparison, and let's move on. Now before we move on back to the transformation, back into jet mode and arm mode, full size comparisons with the Hercules spots. What I'm going to do is, once these are all released, I'm going to do a big comparison video between not Superion and not Devastator, so Uranos and Hercules, so stay tuned for that, but for now, I'm not going to do those size comparisons. Okay, so anyway, let's move on back to the transformation to jet mode. Again, let's just pull off the wings. Start at the feet, fold these over, and they just push up, in, and down. So fold over, up, in, and down. Knee pads down. Peg the legs together. They've just got pretty simple to put those together. Give the legs a push in nice and firmly. That's quite easy. Fold the hands away, fold the hands away, turn the head around. I'm going to fold that up and that down. And that just sits in there, so fold that up and that down. Sits in there. Fold these pieces over, peg into the side, fold these pieces over, pegs into the side, separate that. That comes down over the head, and just fold those pieces in there. That little piece slots in there, comes over the top, and again, tolerances, but after a while it should be fine. Get your wing, peg that into there, and that will tab up underneath that white section. Fold the other part of the wing out, and same thing, you fold it out first, straighten out the peg, peg in, and tab in, and there you're back in your jet mode. And we'll just sit him down there and move the camera, and there we go. Now, before I show you the limb mode, I'm just going to show you something I thought was quite amusing. Flying fist mode. The Flying Fist of Pain. Flying Fist of Pain. I just thought that was funny when I was fooling around with it. Anyway, to turn this into an arm, very easy. Just pop the wings. You can leave them on. Just untab them from the body there. Bring the head up, and you're just going to fold those little bits over the robot head there. Fold that up, and you're almost transforming into a robot. So that bit goes there. This bit folds over itself, and you tab all that in together. And there we are. So you got the chibi, as I said, chibi little jet on there. Untab these. So you're almost going back into a robot mode, but not quite. Extend the legs out, and you're going to turn them clockwise. No, counterclockwise, sorry. Get your arms up that way, not wings, that way. And you're going to split this section here, like so. Grab your fist, peg them in there. There's just a peg just by the thrusters, and that will all peg back together. And there you have your arm mode. I'll just pan up for you. And there is your arm mode. So, quite cool. The head is visible there, but it's kind of hidden by the jet nose and these little tabs. The only thing I forgot to do is just get the head out of the way. This chest section actually hides your connector, so fold that down all the way, and the connector will very heavily ratchet out. Just cover your head back up, and there's your connector. These are the same as Hercules, so you can plug this into Hercules, and I'll supply you with a picture, which will happen now. And there's your picture of this connected to Hercules, just to give you an idea of the scale of this arm. Very nice, and I actually really like the look of the arm. So there's your arm for not Superion. And the articulation on it is you've got an elbow twist. You'll obviously have a shoulder in and out and twist. Bends at 2 points. Wrist turns, and all your fingers will open up, and you can shake hands with him. Alright, so let's finish up the review. Okay guys, that was a video review of the TFC Toys Uranos figure, the F-4 Phantom. And as you can see there, you can plug that giant fist into the back of his arm, just fold his hand away, and he can have a giant fist of pain. Just playing around with him. Very good figure if you can stomach paying the price tag for between $80 and $100. Definitely worth getting. If you're going to collect the set, you need him. You know, if you want to build Superion. So definitely a very good figure. Watch out for the pointy bits. If you hear a high level squeaking noise coming from the hips, stop using them. You can disassemble them and add a bit of grease. Do a bit of research on what type of grease that isn't going to deteriorate your plastics. If not, I would imagine TFC Toys will release a new crutch piece or hip piece for this figure with their next release. Now they know it's coming out. Just something with the missiles. You can plug them in together like so, for storage or whatever. Just whatever. So yes, that's the TFC Toys Phantom. Love the arm mode. Nice cohesive jet mode. Easy transformation without being too easy. Feels like a good figure for the price. Solid. QC seems good on him besides the hips that some people have had, but mine seem pretty good. One's a little better than the other. Anyway, follow me on Twitter. Like me on the face of a book. I don't know why I do voices for the Facebook one. Anyway, check out my website, which is Kal-El Reviews KalElReviews.wordpress.com. Links are below everything. If you want to get one of these, link below for Big Bad Toy Store. Go and check out the page. Pre-order or pick one of these up for yourself. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. If you're new, welcome. That's Phantom. You're a viewer. I'm Chris. Bye.
Get your favourite figures and collectibles at bigbagtoystore.com.